Good afternoon, everyone. Dear ladies, moms, and supportive family members. A very warm hello. I'm Dr. Asmita Mahajan. I'm consultant neonatologist and pediatrician at SL Raheja, a Fortis Associate Hospital at Mahim in Mumbai. I'm very glad and delighted that today I'm going to talk to you on a topic which is very close to my heart, and that is breastfeeding. Today I am not going to give you direct information about breastfeeding, but rather some myths about breastfeeding. I am very happy to tell you that recently I got qualified as an international board certified lactation consultant that is an expert in breastfeeding and its science. Yes, dear friends, it's a science. So directly going to today's topic, I am going to tell you some myths about breastfeeding. There will be lots of knowledge about breastfeeding you will learn from the internet, from books, or from your family and supportive members. But let us learn what is actually wrong. Some things which are told to us may be actually wrong. So the first and foremost thing I would tell you, dear moms, that breastfeeding is easy is a myth. Yes, you heard it right. Actually, it is a reflex for the baby to suckle at a mother's breast. But the attachment and the latching on onto the breast has to be proper, and the positioning and the sitting posture for the same has to be practiced by the mother and the baby, and it may take a few days. Some expert help may be needed for the same. A second myth is that breastfeeding is okay to hurt. That means sore nipples are inevitable during breastfeeding, but it is not so actually, because once the positioning of the baby at the breast is proper, the latching is proper, sore nipples should not happen. A starting discomfort may be a normal thing to happen, but please know that if your nipples continue to hurt or become red or cracked, you should seek help from an expert, from a pediatrician or your gynecologist or a lactation consultant. Third myth is that you should always wash your nipples before you breastfeed. This is a wrong concept. Your normal daily routine once a day bath is more than enough for your routine hygiene while breastfeeding. Yes, even during breastfeeding, you do not need to wash, especially with soap and water, your nipples or breast before each feed. Okay, because that may in fact damage the breast. Your normal odor, smells and sounds of the mother, they are all known to the baby. In fact, they attract, the odor of the milk attracts the baby to the breast. So it always helps in breastfeeding. Third thing is that some people feel that the mother should get some rest when she has immediately after she has delivered. So that is not a fact. She should in fact give skin to skin contact in the first 1 hour after birth immediately. That helps for baby to sometimes crawl towards the breast and latch on to the breast, and breastfeeding is established very early. A nursing staff or some family member also can support the mother in this scenario. A common myth is about the mother's diet. Everybody feels that the mother should eat very restricted food items, they should eat a bland diet, no spicy diet, etc. It is nothing of that sort, except for maybe MSG containing Chinese food. All other hygienic home cooked food is okay for the mother to have. Is it necessary that she should always drink milk? It is not so. If the baby in fact develops milk protein allergies, a doctor may advise the mother to stay away from milk and milk products. Too much of soya, too much of chocolates, nuts, fish and shellfish may sometimes produce allergies in the baby, and they should be avoided in the baby. You should look at the baby's behavior. If it is too fussy for the next 12 hours after a breastfeed, you can keep a food diary and avoid that food product in the future. Otherwise, it's just a trial and error method. Third thing, too much of exercise is harmful for breastfeeding. So it is not so. Mild to moderate exercise is completely normal. Excessive exercise may sometimes alter the breast milk smell or composition, but exercise is good for the physical and mental health of any person, and a mother should be encouraged to do it. A myth is that the mother cannot breastfeed the baby if she doesn't start it immediately after birth. So it is not so. In certain situations, your baby may be requiring NICU care, or maybe premature, and you cannot initiate breastfeeding immediately. Obviously, such babies may lose out on getting the colostrum, which happens in the first 2-3 days of breast milk production. But that is fine. You may try to store it for the baby. But breastfeeding can be initiated with expert support, with medical staff support, as soon as the baby is ready to breastfeed. Next, we go on to say, as an IBCLC, I will always support breastfeeding in each and every method possible. But please know that there will be certain scenarios in which the baby may need formula milk, right? So fed is best, remember that, friends and moms. In certain scenarios where the breast milk feeding is contraindicated, in certain medications or in some very rare conditions it may be contraindicated in the baby, then formula milk or some breast milk substitute is the only option. Another myth is that many mothers cannot produce enough milk for a baby. It is in fact not so. God has done it, or He has made it in such a manner that most mothers are able to produce enough milk for their babies. Okay, the breast size doesn't determine your milk production. The breast size depends on the fat content of the breast. Okay, and the functional tissue of the breast is different. The milk producing tissue is generally same in all women, and that's why most women are able to produce enough milk for the babies. In fact, I would say even mothers of twins and triplets are also able to completely exclusively breastfeed their babies. Another myth is that you cannot breastfeed your baby if you are sick or if you are on certain medications. Yes, for the medications you should always consult your doctor and tell them which medications you are on and whether you can take them during breastfeeding or not. You should talk to your gynecologist or the physician or the pediatrician before taking any medication. Okay, but you know, postpartum depression or postpartum blues is a very real thing. If you are continuing to feeling sad or blue for 2 weeks or more after your delivery, it may not be just hormonal. So please remember, certain safe antidepressants can be prescribed for the mother and she can easily take them even while breastfeeding. If you are sick or you have fever, should you breastfeed? Yes. A myth is that you should stop breastfeeding. Even if you have fever, you can continue to breastfeed. Here I will add a line. If the mother is even COVID positive, she can continue to breastfeed her baby with adequate precautions like a mask, proper and hand hygiene precautions, a frequent hand washing. She can still definitely continue to breastfeed her baby. Another myth is that a pregnant lady cannot breastfeed or cannot continue to breastfeed. If a breastfeeding lady becomes pregnant, should she stop breastfeeding? No, dear moms. This is called as tandem breastfeeding. Okay, sometimes even after the birth of a new baby, the previous baby, if not old enough, can continue to breastfeed. Okay, it is safe and it will not endanger the new baby or fetus. Another myth is that a lady cannot become pregnant if she is breastfeeding. Is that true? No. If at all any person is determining or deciding to go ahead for sexual intercourse, you should consult your gynecologist and birth control measures should be taken care of. Okay, if a person is going to have sex, there is always chance of getting pregnant. Remember that, even if you are breastfeeding. Of course, there is very little chance to conceive if 3 criteria are fulfilled. You are breastfeeding every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day and night. Second, your baby is less than 6 months old. And third, you have not yet got your period back. Otherwise, there is still always a chance and you should always practice birth control measures. Next, some people think that if you don't wean your baby after 6 months to another milk or formula milk or cow's milk, then your milk for the baby will be not sufficient. So that is not so. Dear moms, your milk will still give a lot of nutrition to the baby even after 6 months. In fact, what we recommend nowadays is to continue breastfeeding up to 2 years of age. Okay, if you don't stop it after 1 year of age, it will be very difficult to wean the baby. That is a myth. You can continue to breastfeed the baby for 2 years and even beyond if the mother and baby both want it. Okay, because there are lots of immunological factors and nutrition which will still go to the baby through your breast milk. So after 6 months, you can start complementary food, which we used to call as weaning food first. So complementary food in the form of semi-solids can be started after 6 months of life, but a mother should continue to breastfeed. Another myth is that a working woman cannot continue to breastfeed or successfully cannot breastfeed. So it is not so, dear friends. You can definitely continue to breastfeed, but you will require support from family members or another caregiver at home, and plus your workplace also. There should be a breastfeeding policy at your workplace where they will give you a private room and a storage facility to store your expressed breast milk. There may be a creche available in the hospital or in the place where you work, where you can bring your baby and you can breastfeed the baby intermittently even during the working hours. That is, you are given breastfeeding breaks or breast milk expression breaks, right? And then the milk can be given to the baby on the next day or within 24 hours definitely. So you need not stop the breastfeeding once you go back to work. Last myth I would like to tell you about: if you have a breast infection or a blocked duct in the breast, you should stop breastfeeding. So that is a myth, or that is a wrong thing. You should definitely continue to breastfeed, because the main treatment of a blocked duct is to continue to breastfeed or to frequently nurse your baby. Okay, and that will in fact help to prevent infections or breast infections. Even if you have a breast infection, with the proper advice from a doctor, you can still continue to breastfeed your baby, right? Lastly, I would say, to conclude, I want to tell all ladies that if you are not breastfeeding your baby, you are a bad mom. That is a myth. Okay, dear friends, it's a myth. Fed is best. Of course, breastfeeding is the best milk for your baby always. But remember that baby needs nutrition and should gain weight. With a proper doctor's advice, sometimes some supplementation may be necessary for your baby. Shouldn't stress yourself about it, and you should go ahead with the doctor's advice and then do as necessary. But with proper support, I am sure most of you will have a very successful and happy breastfeeding experience. To conclude, I'll add a few lines about the current scenario. With surging COVID cases all over the city, I'm sure pregnant ladies and breastfeeding ladies are extremely stressed about it. The vaccine right now in India is not recommended for breastfeeding or pregnant ladies. But be assured that your routine hygiene, your hand washing, your masking and social distancing and other safety protocols, if you are following, you should be more or less safe. Please consult your doctors at every frequent intervals whenever required. If you are having any respiratory symptoms or fever, you should immediately consult your doctor. But like I just mentioned, breastfeeding a baby should be continued even if you have COVID, especially if you are asymptomatic or mild to moderate symptoms. Definitely the baby need not be separated from the mother. With a proper mask and hand hygiene protocols followed, the mother can continue to breastfeed the baby. Stay safe, stay at home, stay healthy. Thank you.